that affects the lives of the 250 some odd Venezuelans who were arrested, detained, and deported stroke extradited.
Take a seat. We got a shocking development coming out of the United States Supreme Court. In an unsigned, cowardly 5-4 decision, the United States Supreme Court has rewarded the Trump administration from executing a secret unconstitutional plan, declaring a phony war with Venezuela in order to deport people without notice, without due process, and send them to the deep, dark, rotting jails of El Salvador.
To El Salvador without a hint of due process, as well as it affecting the life of Mr. Garcia, who is a legal immigrant married to a U.S. citizen, also arrested, detained, and deported, stroke extradited. Extradited isn't quite the correct word, but I want to emphasize that he was sent along with the Venezuelans who were accused of being gang members to El Salvador. So there must be some kind of agreement in force between El Salvador and its fascist president and our fascist president. So what's the news? The news is, and I'm going to read the headline, Scotus makes startling ruling on Trump decree.
And Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, and Alito, it's okay, because future people will get notice and due process rights. If they are still in the United States and stuck in someplace in Texas, they'll get their due process rights. And they completely ignore, in the entirety of their 3-page decision, what is happening to the human crisis of 250 people without due process who are deported to die to El Salvador. That's not okay. I'm Michael Popok. You're on Legal AF. This has a ricochet effect, a domino effect on a series of other cases because of this new precedent that was just set. Without the benefit of deliberation, without full briefing, without a full record being developed down at the trial court level in front of Judge Boasberg, they just reversed Judge Boasberg and said he was wrong effectively to certify a class, to order the planes to return, to order the planes to be grounded. They're okay with how the first 250 were treated because their new ruling, and I'm going to read to you from parts of it, the per curiam, cowardly, nobody signed it majority, the concurrence by Kavanaugh, and the 2 dissents by Sotomayor and Taji Brown-Jackson. I'm going to read to you from different places in there, but let me distill it for you. What does it mean? It means that in the future, starting yesterday, when the order came out late last night, anybody who is going to be under an order of removal under the Alien Enemies Act of 1798, under a phony war proclamation, has to be given notice that he's got to be given like a copy of the removal order, given notice, and limited due process in the form of what we call a writ of habeas corpus application. That is personal to one individual prisoner, not a group. You're not there with other people. You're in your orange jumpsuit alone with hopefully your lawyer. You bring your writ. It's asking for you to be either released from jail, released from confinement, or the Supreme Court has now stretched it and said, oh, you can ask to be let out from the removal order as well, so you don't have to go to El Salvador. Okay.
I advised everyone to go and look on YouTube at Michael Popok's summary of the legal decision. It was 5-4. It was all the usual suspects plus the Nazi chief justice who pretends to be an even-handed, fair-minded human being, which he is absolutely not. Against 4. So Amy Coney Barrett has joined our other threesome in dissent. And they have given a bypass for everybody who's gone, given an okay to the government that they don't have to go and retrieve them. That in future, they have to take care to give due process. But I haven't read the papers yet. But I wanted to get in with the news straight away, get it up on YouTube for you all, and just remind you we are now living in a dictatorship. It is fascist, it is oligarchical, and the last bastion of freedom, of freedom's possibility, being the federal courts, the judicial system. And by this, I really mean the Supreme Court because it's the final court. It's the arbiter of all things supposedly constitutional, and it's nothing more than a political hack job by a bunch of right wing Nazis. And there we have it. So if you think you're moving our friend Trump out of office, forget about it. There's going to be a revolution here. There's going to be blood in the streets before this ends. And it's not going to end well for American democracy. Thank you.